Dear students, very good morning. Today we are going to talk about document object model. It is completely based on full stack development. So this concept will help you to understand the basic things regarding document object model and how we are going to implement this document object model to the tree based structure form. So the concept is, let's start. First of all, we will see about definition of DOM. DOM is nothing but this is a document object model, is a programming interface for HTML, hypertext markup language, and XML, that is extensible markup language documents. It defines the logical structure of document and the way a document is accessed and manipulated. So the major note of this project that what we do in DOM, it is called as logical structure because DOM does not specify any relationship between the object. DOM is a way to represent the website in a structured hierarchical way so that it will become easier for the programmers and users to guide or understand through the documents. Okay, so with this DOM we can easily access and manipulate tags like, for example, we are using tags in HTML, that is h1, h2, p, that is all p for paragraph. So this all comes under the tags, IDs, classes, attributes or elements of HTML using commands or methods providing by the document object. So using DOM, the JavaScript get access to HTML as well as CSS of the web page and can also be add behavior to the HTML elements. So basically the document object model is an API that represents the interface with the HTML or XML document. Why we have to use this DOM? What is the need of using, why DOM is required for our basic needs? So HTML is used to structure the web page and JavaScript is used to add behavior to our web page. This is a major point. Remember why we are using this DOM. As we know that HTML is used to structure the web pages and JavaScript is used to add the behavior to our web page, right? So when an HTML file is loaded into the browser, the JavaScript cannot understand HTML document directly. This is a problem issues which we are facing. So a corresponding document is created as DOM. For that reason, we have created as a corresponding document as DOM. DOM is basically the representation of the same HTML document, but in a different format with the use of objects. Okay. See, this is a major point which I am repeating again. DOM is basically the representation of the same HTML document, but it is different format in a different format with the use of objects. JavaScript interprets DOM easily. Either JavaScript cannot understand the tags. This is a problem. JavaScript cannot understand the tags like h1, h1, that is called as header, right? In HTML we are using this. So in HTML document, but it can understand the object like h1 in DOM. So this is thing. JavaScript interprets DOM easily. Either JavaScript cannot understand the tags h1, h1 and HTML document, but can understand object h1 in DOM. Now JavaScript can access each of the object h1p. H1 is nothing but header, right? H1, head 6, head 1, head 2, h3. So that kind of a p is nothing but paragraph. So we can use a tags of row r1, r2. That all things we can use by using different functions. Now we will see about the structure of DOM. DOM can be thought of like it's a tree form, or we can also call it as the structure represent in a form of tree or forest for more than one tree, right? The term structured model is something used to describe the tree-like representation of a document. Each branch of a tree ends in a node and each node contains objects. Event listener can be added to the nodes and triggered on an occurrence of a given event. One important properties of DOM structure model is structure isomorphism. If any two DOM implementation are used to create a representation of the same document, they will be created the same structured model with precisely the same objects and relationship. So why we called an object model? Documents are modeled using object. The model includes not only the structure of the document but also the behavior of a document and the object of which it is composed, like tags, elements with attributes in HTML. Properties of DOM. Let us see the properties of DOM now. Let's see the how this document object that can be accessed and modified by the document object. See here we have windows, we have document, we have link, form, anchor, we have text area, checkbox, radio button, select button, reset button, and then buttons. We have options, right? So it is if the properties of a DOM can be represented in this structure form, that is called a representation of DOM. So Windows object, what is Windows object? Windows object is an object of the browser which is always at the top of the hierarchy. It is like an API that is used to set and access all the properties and method of the browser. It is automatically created by the browser. Okay, remember, it always automatically created by the browser. Document object, when an HTML document is loaded into a Windows, it become a document object. The document object have various properties that refer to other objects which allow access to and modification of the content of the web page. Remember this point. What we do in document object, document object has a various property that refers to other object which allow access to and modification of the content of the web page. Then if there is a need to access element in an HTML page, we always start with accessing the document object. Document object is a property of Windows object. Okay, the forms, what is forms? Forms object means it is a representation by the forms tag. Link object, it is represented by a link tag. Anchor object, it represented by href, that is hierarchy, that is we can call as hyperlink tracks. Form control elements. Form can have many control elements such as text field, buttons, radio buttons, checkbox, etc. that can be added. Method of document object, write. See, we have following method for document object model, that is write. Write means when we want to write something, the string. So write the given string on the document. Get element by ID. See here it is a case sensitive. So remember, get element E capital B capital ID, that will help to return the element having the given ID values. Then get element by name, it returns all the elements having the given name value. Then get element by tag names of, that returns all the elements having the given tag name. Remember that tag name is different, by name is different, ID name is different, ID values is different. So get element by class name. If you want to read the class name, so what we need to use the tag, that is this one, return all the elements having the given class name. Let us talk about the example of HTML element ID to find the DOM HTML element. So here this is a small example which we have used, that is HTML body full stack development, that is hyper, that is heading part which we are writing. Then finding the HTML element by their ID in DOM. Already we have seen the content right before. So what are the tags we are going to use, how we are going to implement, how if we want to call some functions, how we are going to call the functions. So PID, we have introduced a computer science advanced subject. The paragraph what we are writing, this example illustrate that. Get what content we are writing, get element by ID, what we are calling the function. Okay, then we are giving the what method, that all things is our part of content. So what we have written in a script, const element equal to document dot get element ID. Why we are using this ID? Because we are finding element ID to find the document HTML element. So here see we have used intro we have also used before in HTML tag. See p paragraph id equal to intro, so there we are calling our function. Okay, we are calling the id. So document dot get element by id demo inner HTML equal to fsd introduction is dash, that is we are specifying the element where we are calling that particular value should be added. So and we are closing the scripting body and HTML. See here the output getting the HTML element by get element by id of method. We are using this method to call the id. So full stack, see first what we have got in output, full stack development has been written automatically, a computer science advanced system has been also written. Then what we are doing, the logic, see logic behind this code. This example illustrate the get element id, this also we are specifying. Okay, remember we have used the logic method. fsd where we are calling the scripting language, where we have used the method get element id by here. See under the scripting there we are calling our method. Okay, so in method what we are calling id, what is our id, it is written has been intro, right? So what is our intro, a computer science advanced subject. So fsd introduction is a computer science advanced subject. So this is the way of writing and calling the method in the program. Yeah, let us discuss about this example which describes the representation of HTML element in a tree structure. So we have a small program, that is HTML program, like table we have used, rows we have used, tr it's called as row of a cell, td is nothing but data of a cell. So what data we are entering, that data will be there, and we are using the data which we are displaying, that is car and scooter, and next data tr is motorbike and bus. Okay, and then we are closing the tags with row and table tags, right? So see the same program of HTML has been written in a tree like structure. So how we are describing that program into a tree structure, this is a format given above, that is table. How we have written the table act as an hierarchical, that is a major part. Then from table we have a rows, from rows we have two sections, that is called as tr. One section of tr and td that consist of car and scooter, and another section of td which contain tr is a row of a cell and td is a data of the cell. The data what we have in the cell, that is motorbike, and the data what we have in another cell, that is called as bus. So this is the way of HTML element in tree like structure which represent HTML code in a tree structure format. Then let's see the label of DOMs. So label 0 provide a low label set of interface. We see where we have total label 4. So in this label 0, it provide a low label set of interface. Label 1 is nothing but DOM label 1 can be described in two parts. First one is core and another one will be HTML. So core and HTML, what does it mean? Core provide low label interface that can be used to represent any structured document. And when we talk about HTML, it provides high level interface that can be used to represent HTML document. So when we talk about label 2, it consisting of 6 specification: code 2, views, event, style, traversal and range. So code 2 extends the functionality of core specified by DOM label 1, and views allow programs to dynamically access and manipulate the content of the document. Event, what it do means either execute by the browser when the user reacts to the web page. Then style, we give style that dynamically access and manipulate the content of style sheet. Then we have traversal. Traversal, why we are using it, is used for dynamically traverse the entire document of the program. Then we have range, that allow program to dynamically identify the range of the content in the document. Okay, we next is our label 3. It consists of 5 different specification. It has different specification of total of 5, that is core 3, load, save, validation, event and XPath also can be added. So here core 3 means extends the functionality of the core specified by DOM label 2. And load and save, what it do means it allow the program to dynamically load the content of XML document into the DOM document and serve the DOM document into an XML document by serialization. Then we have validation. This allows the program to dynamically update the content and structure of the document while ensuring the document remains valid. We have event. Event, what we do means functionality of the event specified by DOM label 2. It extends the functionality. Nothing but extends the functionality of events. Then XPath. XPath is a path language that can use to access the DOM tree. So these are the following labels we have used, that is label 0, label 1, label 2 and label 3. So total 4 labels are available. So for the next video we will get back with other concept. So please subscribe and share my videos for learning more program. Even though I will upload practical section of this full stack development in my next clip or video. Thank you students.